welcome to another speed build. This time it's actually a smaller build. There will only be one part, which is this video, and yeah, that will be pretty much it for this house. Since a lot of you asked for me to make a more affordable home, I tried doing that with this build, although I know 123,000 isn't that affordable, but this is as low as I could go, honestly, with my building style. Since a lot of you have been asking me to make like a cheaper suburban home, I don't really think I can do that, since that wouldn't allow me to add any detail whatsoever, and as all of you may know, I make my builds quite detailed, and I feel like my builds are a bit different from everyone else's because I add a lot of detail that others may not add, if it makes any sense. So in terms of pricing, there's not much I can do. I honestly build just for the looks and not for the price, so that's why I kind of tried to go for a smaller house, a more affordable. I mean, I know I could have made this a 2-bedroom house, but yeah, it just made more sense for it to be a single bedroom. Which, I mean, I really like this place, honestly. I tried to make it look really private by adding those tinted windows. This is like a new hack discovered by Float. Of course, it's Float. He's so creative, and yeah, by adding that door that doesn't even look like a door, it just blends into the wall. I really like that, by the way. And then it has skylights, and then the back is all open, so it is quite bright inside. So you don't really have to worry about that. I just wanted to close off the front, and like that whole concept of the front being really private is actually from this one builder on Instagram. It's Pspbuildz. I don't know if any of you have heard of him, but he's like a really great builder, and yeah, his builds are just really good, and he makes these modern designs, and they're great. There's not much else I can say. Like, they're just good. They're great builds, and yeah, it inspired me to make something like this, and I'm happy I did. I made this actually quite a while ago, though. I want to say it was like a few weeks ago, or maybe not. Like, I want to say 2 or 3. Yeah, that's a few weeks. And I still recorded this on my old computer. Yeah, and that's why the graphics aren't so good. But from now on, like, all the builds that will be posted in the future will be recorded on high graphics. So this will be the last one that's not on high graphics and on the low ones. So I'm kind of excited for that. To finally start working on high graphics. I mean, I already did, and I'm not gonna lie, it's amazing, and I really can't wait to share the footage with you all. I feel like it's gonna be better to understand what I'm doing, and hopefully make it easier to rebuild the place. But yeah, right now I'm actually working on landscaping already. I tried to the least landscaping as I could, but so it wouldn't look that bad. Since this is a modern build, I tried to make it kind of clean and yeah, not overgrown or anything, because like, I don't know, with modern homes you can't really add too much landscaping, because unless it's like a natural home or an eco home, because it wouldn't make sense, since modern buildings are usually quite newly built, so you can't really make it overgrown by vines, why was that so hard to pronounce, vines, and so on. So yeah, and then like I've said, here's me doing that wall that the door is built into. It doesn't even look like there's a door, and I really like that. I don't know, there are a lot of factors about this house that I really like. One of them is, I guess, the depth. This house has a lot of depth to it, like for example the walls, and when it comes to building, I usually like to walls have some depth, since it just makes the build a bit more realistic, and it just makes more sense, because that means the walls are a bit bigger and wider, which lets us assume that the cold doesn't really get through the wall that easily. So that's like something that I usually keep in mind when I build houses. I try to keep things like window and chimney placement in mind, and things such as depth, so it makes more sense, for example, whether cold will get through the walls or not, for example, because, why did I say for example twice? Oh my god, I cannot speak. Well, I mean, it's kind of obvious because it's 2:15 a.m. right now, but what was I saying? It's basically that if you're building a house in like the tropics, then you don't really need to have fat walls or anything, because the heat will, like, the heat needs to get through the walls, and it's not cold there, so like you don't really need fat walls, and you don't need to keep the cold inside. Did I say fat walls? I mean white walls. You guys know what I mean. So that's just one of the things that I keep in mind when I build houses, and I try to keep the window placement in mind. I'm repeating myself, but what I meant by that is that you need to keep in mind where you put your windows, because sometimes sometimes it doesn't even look good. Like, you have to make it look good and make it make sense. So like, you can't really just place windows wherever. Like, even on the sides, even if you can't see the sides, it still has to make sense. Like, you really need to know where you place them. You can't really have them be inside each other, if it makes sense, or like be too close or too far from another. Both, I mean, the top and the bottom floor should match with the window placement. Well, windows themselves shouldn't really match, what I mean, but the placement should be in the same spot, like downstairs and upstairs. And yeah, I just try to keep these things in mind and where I add my landscaping, because you can't really spam your build with bushes and everything. You have to have a place for them in order for it to look somewhat better than average, you know. And yeah, I'm actually almost done with the exterior. This build was like really quick, honestly. I did it in like a day, which I usually don't do that, but it took me like, I want to say, good 4 hours to get to this point. But hey, I think this house was worth it. Out of all my small builds, I'm probably gonna keep this one, since it's like, it's easy to load in, and doesn't make other people lag, surprisingly. So, and I feel like you guys are not gonna have such a hard time rebuilding this. Well, I hope so. So yeah, it's just you gotta get to the price point, and then you're good to go. Since this isn't even that hard to build, I didn't even have to cut out many things, so that's a good thing too. And I'm gonna start on the interior soon, but I tried to keep things open by doing the kitchen and the living room in the same room, but like, I usually do that with all my modern builds. Modern homes should just stay open inside, because I don't know, it just makes the most sense to me. And they have to be bright and everything, since they can get really dark if you're just gonna use natural materials like I did with concrete and wood. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like I made it work. I really like the interior colors, basically everything about the interior, honestly. And I really like how I made the bed float, because I tried doing that in my last modern speed build, but it clearly did not work out. I mean, I had to use a sandbox, and it was like really, like, you can see it, so that was not good. And yeah, but the bed is floating this time, finally, thanks to the yellow carnations floating hack, which everyone is talking about. But like, that building hack is so good, I literally have no clue how. I have no clue how he came up with it, but I'm glad he discovered it, because now I can make so many things with it. And I'm pretty sure me and my friend Luke in the last speedbuild voiceover mentioned that. So yeah, and now I'm doing an outdoor dining table, so I didn't add a dining table inside because there was no space. Oops. But I feel like an outdoor dining table doesn't really, like, it's no biggie, honestly. And most of the people eat on their islands anyway, so like, it doesn't really matter. For example, even I in real life don't even use my dining room in my apartment, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, now I'm adding this small garden nook, and it's great. There's really not much to say about the exterior and about the build, really. I try explaining, or maybe I can talk about the material usage, I guess, because in my Discord server, shameless plug, go and join the Discord server. Even though I wasn't active for the last few days, it's because I'm preparing videos for this upcoming week. Since I won't really be on that much, school's been getting really stressful, but it's okay. So I'm just trying to get as many videos edited so I could just post them and not really worry about you guys not having a video. But yeah, I promise to be active next week for sure. But yeah, what I was saying is that there's a new channel where you guys could suggest me voiceover topics. It used to be Twitter, but now I changed it to Discord, and I feel like it's much better because a lot of you could submit your topics at any time, and then my mod just picks some topics that like sound good enough, and yeah, I talk about it in the video. So for example, I've been talking about the build itself for like the past 10 minutes, and yeah, that was one of the topics suggested. And yeah, there was another topic about my material choice in this build in particular. So since this is a modern homes are usually well, like, not usually, it really depends on who's the interior designer, and like, I guess it just depends on the interior, but personally I like to keep my modern builds pretty raw, if that makes any sense. So keep concrete floorings or keep concrete walls. They just add something to the modern builds, and you really have to use lighting in order to make the build look cozy. That's what I usually try to go for with my builds. I try my best to make them cozy looking, and yeah, with this build I'm pretty sure I made a white kitchen, and that white kitchen kind of blends in with the brown flooring and then the concrete walls behind it, and well, not behind it, but like, you guys know what I mean, the concrete walls just in general. And in order for the kitchen to not look so bland, I added a black island to somewhat change up and add some taste or flavor to it, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I need to get some water, so be right back. Right, so I'm back, and where was I? Right, I was talking about the kitchen, and there's really not much I want to say about it. I mean, there's nothing else to say, really, so even if I wanted to, I couldn't. So I guess I'm gonna just move on and talk about something else. Okay, so, we have quite a few. I don't really know where to start, but, my friend Air wants me to talk about experiences in the community, like good experiences with friends and all, maybe talk about people who caused a huge impact on your life. There's a lot of friends who actually made a really huge impact on my life in this community, surprisingly. I never was the popular kid in real life, so I'm still not, but honestly, you guys let me escape from all that stuff, and I just don't really pay attention to anything. So yeah, but I had a lot of great experiences. I met a lot of great people, and I didn't really want to get into all the community drama because I wasn't in quite a few, and I don't necessarily like half of them, and I don't agree with what I did now that I'm looking back. But yeah, sometimes people just don't really think what they say, and plagiarism is a really huge deal in this community. It needs to be dealt with, and when it is being dealt with, some people really just don't know how to react, and they don't do it the right way, and they don't accept it. So yeah, it leads to a lot of things, so I'm not gonna get into that, but I am definitely not feeling supportive of plagiarism in general. So I really hope you guys aren't either, but if you are, then I mean, you can still change, and it's definitely not a right thing in my opinion, so I really hope you understand. It's like, I guess some people just confuse inspiration with plagiarism, and they're two different things. Some people think that just copying a whole room from another builder is inspiration, but it's definitely not, and there's a really huge difference. Some people have just like these key decorations or something that screams that they are their build. And yeah, when people copy those, it's kind of obvious that they did copy it. I don't know if it explains a lot. Won't really talk about this topic. Don't really want to get in trouble or anything, because yeah. But yeah, besides that, I have had great experiences in community. I still do. Starting a YouTube channel is one of my best choices. I enjoy doing this thing, I really do, and like I've said before, it helps me escape a lot of things, which I'm really appreciative of. And then we have a topic by my friend Luke, who was on a voiceover yesterday. or today, technically. Oh, I want to say yesterday because the video was uploaded today, the day I'm recording this voiceover, but yeah, it'll be yesterday, tomorrow, if it makes any sense. And then, yeah, he wants me to talk about furniture and build mode tools you'd like to see in upcoming updates. I feel like in terms of furniture, we do really need a lot more. We're lacking in things such as couches, armchairs, light fixtures, beds even. Yeah, we need those specific furniture items. But besides that, we have a lot of variety of decorations, like small decorations, like books and everything. So I don't really think we need that as of now. Maybe pillows, actual pillows, and custom blankets. But besides that, I don't really see much of a need for other decorations. And in terms of building tools, I would really like to see a feature where we could just select a certain portion of our build and move it, like in Sims 4. Like we could just select the whole house and move it further down the plot, whatever. And I really wish we had that feature, because sometimes I tend to build too close to just the edge of the plot, and I need to move my build, and then when I need to do that, it's kind of like I'm lazy to do it. So I start procrastinating. I have this really bad trait where, like, whenever something is boring to me or not working out, I just start procrastinating and then finish it 50 hours later and waste most of my time watching YouTube or something. So it's a really bad trait of mine. I'm trying to my best to not let it get to me, but it does quite a lot. So that's really all about features and items I want to see. Then we have another question by Pspbuildz, and they said that I should talk about bloopers of my videos and behind the scenes. I mean, there's really nothing much to say. I mean, bloopers are bloopers. I usually mess up, or I speak really quickly, as most of you can tell, and sometimes I say stuff that I can't even understand myself. So sometimes I have to cut those parts out and then record it again, or I say something stupid, I'm like, wait a damn minute, I know I did not just say that. So, like, there's just things like these that I have to cut out, or, like, yeah, not show in the video. And behind the scenes, I mean, I have to prepare a lot for videos. For example, I take a few hours to edit for sure, even though it's just a speed build, but I usually rewatch my whole speed build footage. So half of the things would make sense. So all the things that I put in make sense, because back then I wouldn't even do that. Like, I would just didn't even watch the footage. I would cut off the end where I stopped the recording, and then that would be it. But yeah, now I rewatch the whole thing, and it does take me a few just quite a long time, I want to say. Why is it so hard to say? Yeah, but it does take me quite a while, but I think it's worth it in the end, although you guys still find my builds hard to build, which I'm sorry for, but there's really not much I can do, and I'm finally painting the build. So we're actually getting near the completion of this project. I don't know, I really enjoyed this, even though it's like really small, but out of all the homes I build, I usually enjoy building moderns the most, because they're like, you can get creative with them, I guess. Because with suburban homes and like these traditional homes, you kind of don't have a choice, and you have to just follow certain rules that like is set for the style, I guess. For example, like you have to use a lot of trim in traditional homes, use certain color schemes, add certain windows, do certain roofs. So like it just all adds up, and it makes these homes, you know, feel like a certain style. And yeah, I used a lot of art, and with modern builds I really like, okay, in terms of art, when it comes to modern builds, I really like the fact they have to use minimalist art. Like, as you can see, it's like literally a white painting, but it's not white, and my friend Joe likes to call them $1 million paintings, because that's literally so true. It's like $1 million painting because it's just, honestly, there's nothing to it. It has no taste, but it's like $1 million painting. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like most of you know what I'm talking about. Don't really know how to explain it. And I'll probably start talking about stuff that I can't even explain myself. I need to get more professional when it comes to my videos. I feel like some of you know me better than I know myself. I don't know, it just feel that way. But I try to not overshare too much. Yeah, I have a bad habit of doing that. Anyway, enough of talking about myself. Let's talk about another topic. Talk about your Discord server. Give us some recognition. Yeah, so that was said by the real Oofer, and fine. Then, okay, I literally talk about my Discord server in every single video of mine, honestly. But, like, you should join it if you're not in already. I mean, there's only 250 of you, and there's 9,000 subscribed. Oh, I wish it was 90. So, I mean, I'm not forcing you to, of course, but, like, it's kind of fun there, and you don't really have to be active. Yeah, I just mainly post there all my sneak peeks. So if you're, like, if you want to be up to date when it comes to my projects and everything, you can always look in the sneak peek channels or look at the announcements and everything, because if something happens, I usually go and talk there. For example, if my video isn't uploaded and why it's not uploaded, I would usually talk about it there. For example, perfect example was when my computer decided to take 50 hours to upload Kendall Jenner's house speed build, the first part, which everyone was so excited about. And then once it uploaded, YouTube was down, so that was just a great day for me. But hey, I'm glad I got that video out eventually. And then same thing happened with the last video, which was the second part, Kendall Jenner's house speed build. I thought that part wouldn't take so long, but yeah, it did. So I had to delay the whole build until today, which is Saturday. But yeah, I'm almost done with this voiceover. I have like 5 more minutes to talk about, and here's that raised bed I was talking about earlier on. And thanks to that floating hack, because yeah, I have no clue what I would have done without it. And oh, I forgot to mention, this is like one of the main things about the build, is that it's technically a no Game Pass home. Like, I only use one Game Pass for this house. It's the advanced placement. And I assume most of you have that Game Pass. So if you do have it and you want to build this house, I recommend you do it. I mean, I personally feel like I would have this house myself if I were just starting off. Like, I feel like I would spend my 100 grand on this place, but like, of course, it's because I built it, and I build my houses with a personal preference, so yeah, of course I'm gonna like it. But I'm honestly nearing the completion, and since I recorded a voiceover yesterday, I really don't have much to say, but hey, I'm gonna try my best to talk for these 4 more minutes, technically 5. Yeah, let's see, maybe there's like one more topic that I can talk about. Future updates. Building trick videos. I really want to get that video out, and I'm probably gonna do that. I'm probably gonna have another build coming out on Wednesday and on Friday. Well, the second part of that build that will come out on Friday. But yeah, on next Sunday, I kind of want to get a building hack video out. So I'll keep you guys updated on the Discord server, whether I'm gonna work on it or not. But I feel like I will, even if I probably won't be in the mood to work on it. Whatever, I'll force myself to, since you guys like those videos a lot. And yeah, I'm actually gonna do this. I'm gonna finish up this bedroom quickly, and then I'll do the bathroom, and that will be it for this build. I'm actually not used to filming voiceovers so short. I mean, I guess this wasn't so short, but it's definitely better than nothing. And yeah, I'm adding these bedside tables. I'm decorating them. Actually, I already added them. Then I'm gonna add some art on the walls. I'm gonna make put in the mirror decal. I'm getting tired already. It's 3 a.m. I love how I started recording at 1:30 and it's 3 right now. Oh, the way I take forever to do things. But it's a good thing that I'm not filming this on Sunday. So I guess I'm gonna get this build out on time, finally, for once. And yeah, we have 2 more minutes, so I guess I'm gonna go now. I'm sorry about that, so I'll let you guys listen to a song or something. And yeah, see you in the next video. Thanks for listening to me talk for so long again, like you guys usually do. I mean, I know some of you do, so thank you to whoever is actually listening. and enjoys my voiceovers. It really does mean a lot. But yeah, see you in the next video. Bye!